Hello, and welcome to another episode of All Around Town. My name is Roger Wilson, and I'm the Director of Government Affairs and Public Policy. Today's guest is the Mayor of the town of Newmarket, Mayor Winslow Burhans. So what's going on in Newmarket?
It's all going on in Newmarket.
Yes.
You know, you come to our meetings.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've had a busy summer starting in, I guess, late spring. We have our monthly events that our special events committee puts on. So we have street vendors. We start out with a car show. We've had movie night in the park, concerts in the park.
So for the viewing audience, where is Newmarket?
Newmarket is about 8 miles east of Frederick on Route I-70, and we're actually on the old National Pike, Route 144.
And what is the population of Newmarket?
It's roughly about 1,000.
1,000. And expected to grow?
It will grow. We have our SmithKline subdivision, now called Calumet, which is in the plans. It's several years out before we'll start building some homes, but it's 925 units. It will contain the Newmarket Parkway, which will be a way to get from Boyers Mill Road to Route 75 without going down Main Street, because we just had this nice streetscape project, and so we're trying to make it friendly for residents, for tourists, pedestrians, to make it walkable and all those sorts of things, and not necessarily be a commuter highway.
And Winslow, last time you were on the show, you were just, I guess Streetscape was just getting started. And so tell us, what is the status of Streetscape?
Well, status of Streetscape is it's about 99.9% complete. We're just working out off a couple punch-out items of State Highway.
Okay.
So we did the pedestrian lighting, which you come through. The town is really well lit now. You know, they repaved, they put new curb cuts in, they put new sidewalks in, they made them ADA compliant. New landscaping features, you know, and obviously new drainage. That was one of the purposes of it, is to fix a lot of the drainage off of Main Street. So it's about all done. We've got a lot of compliments. It was a lot of hard work. I have to thank Councilman Jake Romanell and Shane Rossman for all their hard work. Because if I had to do all the work that they did, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be in the funny farm, I think.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a heavy lift.
It was a heavy lift, so thanks to those two guys.
Yeah. Now, was it, where did those funds come from that, you know, help you?
They were state funds. They were state funds, yes. So the idea with Streetscape is they come out and they do all these nice things for you, and in exchange you take the road back. So that's sort of the deal.
Okay. And so what's the next step? Will we see more businesses pop up on Main Street?
So we have sort of a three-part strategy, and it sort of a little bit follows the Main Street Maryland plan, for which we just now passed a resolution and an application and to become a full participant in Main Street Maryland. So one of them is that is the monthly events, you know, the sidewalk vendors and all the little monthly events that we do to bring people and attract people into town. The other thing is to work on our infill and redevelopment lots within the town itself in the historic district to bring new business and new people into town to patronize those businesses. And then the third part is more of a long-term thing of looking beyond our borders to see what's out there that needs to be annexed that can contribute to the town. You know, the county owns a lot of property around the town that's, you know, sometimes a point of contention. But we're trying to work with the county on some of that stuff. We just feel that, you know, if it's going to be developed, it should be developed in the town so we can both share in the responsibilities and the benefits of that.
And your role, how long have you been as mayor?
Well, I've been mayor for 16 years, and I just got reelected to a 5th term.
Very good.
It's been a labor of love. My family's been there for many generations, so for me, it's something I feel, you know, compelled to do, want to see my town grow and thrive and do well. And we are. As you know, when you come to our meetings on the second Thursday of every month, you know, we all go to Milo's afterwards, or we go to Vintage or whatever, and all the townspeople from all of our villages are there because we've made the town walkable. So it's a very, I think we're a very well-connected and very tight-knit group in Newmarket.
Now, Newmarket is known for its antiques. Now, what does Newmarket look like 10 years from now?
Well, I think 10 years from now, we were hit hard by the recession. We had adopted an ordinance that allowed a lot of new businesses besides antique shops. When I was growing up in Newmarket, it wasn't antiques only. It was predominantly antiques, but not antiques only. And I suspect in 10 years we'll be back to there because we have all the fundamentals, the building blocks there. We have the streetscape done. We have the water and sewer utilities. And the ordinances and that sort of thing to allow those things to happen. We just need to work our way out of the effects of what happened when we had the Great Recession, and we're constantly working on that. That's part of our revitalization strategy, the three-part strategy that we talked about earlier in the program.
Now, you are a Main Street designation?
We are a well, we've applied for full Main Street participation, so we're not. We're an affiliate member, but not a full member. Now we do have our Sustainable Communities designation.
Talk a little bit about that.
So, Sustainable Communities is through the state. It makes us eligible for like legacy grants. So we can, and we're setting up our 501c3, sort of similar to Downtown Frederick Partnership works as a 501c3 to funnel, act as a conduit for grants and stuff for businesses and residents and stuff like that. So that's something that we're working on, and that's made available to us by virtue of the fact that we have our Sustainable Communities designation.
And you all are doing composting?
Yeah, we did. You saw the big composting bins that we did, I guess, in late spring, early summer. We must have got about close to 40 of them out. So we have the
40.
Yard, and the individual property owners buy the little composting bins from us. We got a deal from them, and I think Jake went down and picked them up in his pickup truck or whatever, and brought them up, and we got them sorted out. And of course, again, because we're tight with all of our villages in town, we got the word out through Facebook, and we have liaisons from different villages to come to our regularly scheduled meetings, and the word got out, and they went pretty quick. So the composting thing went really well.
Well, when do you have your meetings? You mentioned your meetings.
So our meetings are the second Thursday of every month at 7 o'clock at Town Hall, 39 West Main Street.
Okay, all right. And how many council members do you have?
So we have 5 council members and 1 mayor.
1 mayor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to say we have 6 mayors because we all share in the responsibilities and duties of managing the town, and we all work really well together. So, we try not to step on each other's toes, and we don't work well as I mean, I can't run the whole town by myself, and neither can any one council member. So, we work well together and help each other out when we need help. If something happens to one, the other guy picks somebody up. Just like a sports team.
Yeah, sure. It's a part-time job,
yeah.
right?
It's a part-time. Well, yeah, it's supposed to be a part-time job, but there's times it feels like a full-time job.
Sure.
But it's we love it. We have a good time, and we feel like we're doing good things in Newmarket.
Okay. So upcoming events.
We have on December 1st and 2nd, we have Christmas in Newmarket.
Oh.
And so that Friday night at about 7, 8 o'clock, we'll have the Christmas tree lighting. And we have performances by different various dance groups and kids groups and stuff like that. And you're going to come out and help us sing Mele Kaliki Maka.
I will try. I will try.
Yeah, we're going to have a grass skirt for you, and luckily maybe it'll be warmer than it was last year.
Sure.
We'll have you out there singing up on stage with us, sing some carols and stuff like that. And then there's Christmas parade at 10 a.m. on Saturday, December 2nd. And then there's a bunch of things going on Main Street for the rest of the day. You can come up and sit on Santa's lap, too.
Oh, very nice. That sounds very interesting. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the show. And
thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. It's
yes.
always entertaining to be here with you.
Yeah, Newmarket is such a wonderful place and wonderful community. And I look forward to coming out and being a part of your town meetings. And as you mentioned, joining you at Milo's for further cocktails and conversation.
Yep. We know how to have a good time in Newmarket. We may be a pain, but we're never boring.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Winslow.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Well, that wraps this episode up. I look forward to seeing you all around town.